So apparently when it comes down to the Braxtons coming out with the season 2, production definitely put a pause on it due to all the sisters getting into it with Tamar. And for those who don't know, Tamar is not a friend of the show this season. She came on as like a main character or main cast member, whatever the hell you want to call it, right? But she decided to bring on Ashley. And for those who don't know, Ashley is their niece from their brother, Michael.
Buckle up because the Braxton family chaos is back, and it's messier than ever. Rumor has it the cameras might be turned off for good on the Braxton sisters because things have spiraled completely out of control. We're talking full-blown sister versus sister warfare, and it's allegedly all thanks to Tamar. Sources are whispering that production on the new season of their show has slammed to a screeching halt, and the blame game is pointing directly at the youngest Braxton. Now, for those just tuning into this saga, Tamar isn't exactly coming into this season as a peacemaker. She was supposed to be a main player, part of the family dynamic we all know and, well, tolerate. But she apparently decided to throw a major wrench into the works by bringing in Ashley. Ashley who? Well, Ashley is their niece, Michael Braxton's daughter. And trust me, her arrival has detonated a bomb in the Braxton family dynamic. Trina, in a move that's got everyone talking, seems to be laying the cancellation of their show squarely at Tamar's feet, accusing her of shenanigans. Shenanigans that have apparently pushed the producers to their breaking point. You see, the tension between Tamar and Trina has been simmering for months, but now it's apparently boiled over into a full-on feud, and it's threatening to sink the entire Braxton ship. Whispers from inside the production are saying that the producers are seriously questioning whether they can even move forward with the show. They crave drama, sure, but this level of chaos? It might be too much, even for reality TV. So what exactly did Tamar do to ignite this firestorm? Well, the streets are talking and the gossip is juicy. Word is Tamar is the one who allegedly exposed Trina's ex-husband, Gabe Solis, may he rest in peace, for being a creep, for preying on younger women. And if you know anything about Trina, you know she doesn't play when it comes to her man, even an ex-man, especially when his reputation is on the line. But hold on, because the drama doesn't stop there. Tamar is also reportedly claiming that Trina is trying to turn the other sisters against her, to alienate her from the family. Is Tamar officially on the outs with her sisters? And if so, why is nobody seemingly on her side? Let's unpack this tangled web of Braxton drama. The first crack in the Braxton facade appeared just days ago, when reports surfaced that the legendary Toni Braxton, yes, the icon herself, walked off set. Walked off set. According to inside sources, Toni Braxton, Grammy winner, Queen of R&B, had enough. She was reportedly filming for the upcoming season when she just left. She's apparently over the sister drama. Toni, in her infinite wisdom, reportedly stated that after the devastating loss of their sister Tracy, they made a promise to get along, to heal, to be united. But instead of unity, things have allegedly spiraled downward, becoming even worse than before.
I want to clear up some discrepancies, though. These people asking me, hey guys, have you spoken to Tamar? Are you guys talking to Tamar? You talk to Tamar? Of course. As I stated before, regardless on what happens, if any of my sisters call me, I'm going to pick up the phone and answer. If they need me, if they text me, I'm going to respond. And that's just the bottom line. That's just what it is. However, I am sensitive to other people's boundaries, and I respect people's boundaries regardless on what it is. If I agree or not, I'm going to respect your boundaries. If you say you don't feel like it, or you don't want to beg, you want to do this, guess what? I'm going to respect your boundaries by not crossing those lines. That's just it. And that's it. If this person said, you act like you hard, you got a wall that makes it seem like you don't care. It's not that I don't care. It's not that. What it is that I have respectfully learned to compartmentalize the things that is more important. And it's not important for me to do anything other than to protect my peace. That's it. That's just it.
Now, while the initial reports pointed the finger at Toni's frustration with the general sisterly squabbles, the real heat, the core of the meltdown, is apparently between Tamar and Trina. Tawanda is allegedly caught in the crossfire, but this is primarily a Tamar versus Trina showdown. And this isn't some overnight spat, folks. The chaos between these sisters has been brewing for a while. Last season was a roller coaster of emotions, and the tension was palpable. All the sisters had their moments, their dramas, but there was something undeniably off about Tamar and Tawanda's interactions. It wasn't just typical sibling disagreements, there was a deep-seated issue simmering beneath the surface.
You're right, the show's supposed to do it because it's supposed to show real-life family. We have a real-life family, and real-life family goes through real-life situations. You're not going to get along all the time. You're not going to see eye to eye all the time, and everybody has their own journey, period. That's just it. So if you come on here talking about, oh, Tawanda is jealous, she's so jealous. How can I be jealous of one sister and not jealous of Toni Braxton?
Yes, y'all. And when Tawanda got married a couple of days ago, Tamar was the only sister not invited to the wedding.
You'd think, after losing Tracy in 2022, that they'd be leaning on each other, offering more support. Losing a sister is an unimaginable pain, and it was clear they were all still carrying that immense emotional weight. To navigate their grief, they even participated in group therapy sessions, filmed for the show with a therapist named Spirit. They tried to unpack their emotions, to find a path forward together. But even in those therapy sessions, Tamar and Tawanda couldn't find peace. Tamar accused Tawanda of not making an effort to maintain their bond. Tawanda, in turn, stood her ground, asserting that she was prioritizing her own well-being by setting boundaries.
It's a matter of respect. I respect where people are. That's just it. Is that why? I respect where people are. I don't engage. I don't pour into certain types of energy. Mm-hmm. I make different choices in my life. Mm-hmm. And that's just where I am. Now this is TV, John. outside of yesterday and today, when was the last time you talked to me? I don't recall. It wasn't my birthday because you didn't call me. Your birthday's September. Here we are in March. I am in a space. I am in a space of I'm just focusing on my relationship and whoever's in my household. I'm focusing on my children. I'm focusing on my relationship.
In your household? Tony's in your household?
They call me. I talk to them every day.
Girl, you don't answer the phone.
That's
Girl,
not true.
Stop.
Let's be specific. Did you call me yesterday?
I did.
Did I answer it?
Well, because we're taping now.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Oh,
when you called me, every time
girl,
you called,
that is not
every time you called, I answered. Every time you text, I answer. That's a fact.
Okay.
That's a fact.
So I'm a liar.
No, you said that. I didn't call you that. That's the word that you're using.
According to Tamar, they barely communicate outside of filming. She believes the only reason Tawanda even answers her calls or responds to her texts is because the cameras are rolling. Tawanda, in a clip that went viral, explained her perspective with chilling clarity. It's a matter of respect. I respect where people are. That's just it. I respect where people are. I don't engage. I don't pour into certain types of energy. I make different choices in my life. And that's just where I am now. Ouch. The interviewer pressed Tawanda on when she last spoke to Tamar outside of filming, and the silence was deafening. Tawanda couldn't recall. She deflected, mentioning focusing on her relationship and household, implying Tamar wasn't part of that inner circle. The exchange was icy, uncomfortable, and broadcast for the world to dissect. It's one thing to have family drama behind closed doors, but when it plays out publicly, it amplifies everything. Fans have picked up on the palpable tension between Tamar and Tawanda, and now with Trina seemingly entering the fray against Tamar, the whole dynamic is imploding. It's unclear if these sisters even want to mend things at this point, or if they've resigned themselves to this fractured state. Either way, it's a mess, and it feels like it's only going to get worse. Remember last year when Tawanda hopped on Instagram Live to address the rumors about her relationship with Tamar? She attempted to clear the air, stating, "Of course, regardless of what happens, if any of my sisters call me, I'm going to pick up the phone and answer. If they need me, if they text me, I'm going to respond. That's just the bottom line." Sounds reasonable, right? But then she added a crucial caveat. "However, I am sensitive to other people's boundaries, and I respect people's boundaries. If you say you don't feel like it or you don't want to, guess what? I'm going to respect your boundaries by not crossing those lines." She then dropped the bomb. "I have respectfully learned to compartmentalize the things that are more important, and it's not important for me to do anything other than to protect my peace. That's it." In essence, Tawanda was saying she'd be polite, but emotionally, she was keeping Tamar at arm's length, all in the name of self-preservation. The comment section exploded after Tawanda's live, with many fans accusing her of being jealous of Tamar's success. Tamar has built a thriving career in music, reality TV, and live television. She's undeniably a star making major moves. Tawanda is also working, but the internet, as it always does, started picking sides. Tamar's fans were convinced Tawanda's live was fueled by jealousy, a bitter reaction to Tamar's shine. But Tawanda is not one to back down from online criticism. She fired back, dragging Tamar's fans, emphasizing that the show is supposed to be real, showcasing real family dynamics, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Real-life family goes through real-life situations, she retorted. You're not going to get along all the time. You're not going to see eye to eye all the time. And everybody has their own journey, period. Then she directly addressed the jealousy accusations. So if you come on here talking about, oh, Tawanda is jealous, she's so jealous. How can I be jealous of one sister and not jealous of Toni Braxton? A valid point, but the online feud just added fuel to the fire of sisterly discord. Adding another layer of complexity, just days ago, Tawanda got married, and Tamar was notably absent. Not just absent, but uninvited. It wasn't an oversight. The message was loud and clear. Last season was messy, yes, but many hoped they'd work through their issues maturely as grown women. However, the latest reports suggest the opposite. The conflict has escalated, becoming so toxic that production has been temporarily shut down. Sources claim producers halted filming after a heated argument between Tamar and her sisters. Season 2, which was supposed to be coming this summer, is now hanging in the balance. Initially, with Tamar and Tawanda's strained relationship, many assumed the argument was between them. But then Trina stepped in, making it clear that she and Tamar were the ones locked in a major conflict. In a cryptic social media post, Trina wrote, "To everyone who has distanced themselves from me, kindly stay there." Whoa. So what exactly happened between Tamar and Trina to cause this seismic shift? The answer apparently lies with their niece Ashley and the resurfacing of a deeply disturbing family secret. Ashley has stated that through therapy, she's processed the trauma, understanding she was never to blame. She's connected with others who've experienced similar situations, a bond she wishes she never had. She intentionally didn't name the aunt in her initial revelations. But the timeline is telling. The incident happened 16 years ago. Looking at the Braxton sisters' marriages at that time, Trina was married to Gabe Solis, Tamar to Daryl Allenby, Tracy to Kevin Surratt, and Tawanda to Andre Carter. Any of them could have been the aunt Ashley referred to, but the internet, never one to shy away from detective work, quickly narrowed down the possibilities. As soon as Ashley's videos went viral, the internet sleuths went into overdrive. They scoured old interviews, show clips, and past Braxton drama looking for clues. And given how much of the Braxton family's life has been documented on reality TV, there was a mountain of material to analyze. Ashley's biggest clue was that the man in question was allegedly doing something similar on television. Anyone who's followed Braxton family values knows the family has had their share of drama, both on and off screen. But certain relationships were more publicly tumultuous than others. And when fans lined up the timeline and Ashley's clues, one marriage stood out: Trina's with Gabe. At the time of the alleged incident, Trina and Gabe's marriage was notoriously chaotic. Gabe's infidelity was a major storyline on Braxton family values. Viewers watched him repeatedly betray Trina's trust, including cheating multiple times and having inappropriate online conversations with other women. The relationship was so toxic, Trina herself admitted to stepping out at one point, creating a vicious cycle of dysfunction. So when Ashley mentioned the man involved was behaving inappropriately on TV, Gabe, with his documented history, became the prime suspect. His reputation for a wandering eye only fueled the speculation. While other Braxton sisters have had their share of relationship drama, Gabe's public infidelity made him the most likely candidate. The internet consensus quickly solidified. The aunt in question was Trina and the husband was Gabe. Ashley never explicitly confirmed it, but her hints were strong. When a fan commented under her video, "Sounds like Trina and Gabe," Ashley liked the comment. She also liked another comment that detailed a similar experience with Gabe allegedly trying to connect with a 17-year-old cousin online. So, while not officially confirmed, all signs point to Trina and Gabe. And here's where Tamar reportedly comes in. The gossip is that Tamar is the only sister who has Ashley's back in this situation. Ironically, Tamar, often portrayed as the chaotic sister, is now stepping up to support her niece. Not only is she reportedly supporting Ashley privately, but whispers suggest Tamar wants Ashley to address the situation on the Braxton show. And that's where the real conflict with Trina allegedly erupts. Remember, Ashley claims Trina sided with Gabe, even after being confronted with evidence of his inappropriate behavior. The last thing Trina wants is for Ashley to publicly expose her, to re-air this dirty laundry on national television. This alleged conflict, this clash between Tamar and Trina over Ashley's story, is reportedly the heated argument that shut down production. And now the other sisters, according to sources, hold Tamar 100% responsible for the show's potential cancellation. It's a truly messy situation. These sisters who vowed to be kinder, more united after Tracy's passing, are seemingly tearing each other apart. Is this the end of Braxton family values? Will the sisters ever truly reconcile? And what does this mean for the future of the Braxton family? This is a hot mess indeed, and I need to know what you think. Is Tamar in the wrong? Is Trina justified in her anger? And can this family ever truly heal? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to check out my next video for more celebrity drama.